Good evening, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People. Today is July 3rd, 2022, and I want to share a couple pieces of information with you guys that have been brought to my attention through some friends on Facebook. There's actually a number of people that are looking at this information, and I know that Brother Mark Allison has been looking at the importance of CERN opening the bottomless pit on July 5th. And some other friends on Facebook are also looking at this and comparing this situation to the vision of Ezekiel, which happened on the 5th day of the 4th month. Okay, so we have a vision of Ezekiel that at the beginning of Ezekiel chapter 1, it shows us the date of his vision, his date of the vision, where he sees a wheel within a wheel, okay, is the 5th day of the 4th month. That is the 5th of Tammuz. So we are right here on July 4th is the 5th of Tammuz, and July 4th in the United States is July 5th in Europe and in Israel. So we have a very close conjunction to the reopening of CERN, which is the HLC, is a huge wheel, okay? And in Jewish history, it shows here this description of the vision of the chariot, the description that is given of Ezekiel's vision of the chariot on the 5th of Tammuz of the year 3332 from creation. Ezekiel, among the only prophets to prophesy outside of the Holy Land, beheld a vision of the divine chariot representing the spiritual infrastructure of creation. Okay, a divine chariot representing the spiritual infrastructure of creation. Now, what is CERN trying to do? They're trying to recreate the Big Bang. They're trying to recreate all of the energies that were required during the time of the Big Bang, and they want to see what is going to happen. Okay, and this could be conjoined to the opening up of the bottomless pit, the releasing of these entities that are going to be bringing about all of these things that are going to be coming upon the earth. And this all may be tied to this fallen angel technology. And it's very interesting that this vision that that Ezekiel had happens to line up with the exact day that CERN is opening. Okay, so these friends of mine on Facebook, I have Carolyn Roel, there's Dennis Grant, Bob Bauman, and Bruce Edmonds, and then Brother Mark Allison has been sharing about this, and there's just a lot of people taking a look, and everybody's talking about CERN and this opening up of this of the bottomless pit, these stargates, these portals, these black holes. What are they going to try to accomplish by recreating the energies that are needed during the time of the Big Bang and the beginning of creation and the vision of Ezekiel? So I put together a compilation here. It's not perfect as far as the scriptures going with all of the images, but I've put together the Ezekiel chapter 1, and I put it side by side with a video, how the CERN collider works, and listen for yourself all of the descriptions and what is going to happen during the vision of Ezekiel and what happens during the usage and during the functioning of this big wheel within a wheel in the bottom of the earth, in the middle of the earth, and all of the energies that are being created, and all of the lightning, and all of the bright lights, and all of the fire, and all of the things that are described in the vision of Ezekiel. Okay, so I want to share this with you now, and I pray that you guys are blessed. I won't be saying anything else at the end of this video, but I did want to just give some perspective on this, show you how it's connected to a biblical date, a vision, a very important vision that is connected to the spiritual infrastructure of creation, tied to CERN recreating the Big Bang.
The Book of the Prophet Ezekiel, Chapter 1. Now it came to pass, in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiachin's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chebar. And the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the colour of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. And every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the colour of burnished brass. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man, and the face of a lion on the right side, and they 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. They 4 also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward whither the Spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels in their work was like unto the colour of a beryl, and they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. When those went, these went, and when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the colour of the terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above. And under the firmament were their wings straight, the one toward the other. Every one had 2, which covered on this side, and every one had 2, which covered on that side, their bodies. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host, when they stood.
You wrote a letter and you signed your name. I read every word of it page by page. You said that you'll be coming for me soon. Oh my God, I'll be ready for you. I wanna run on greener pastures, I wanna dance on higher hills. I wanna drink from sweeter waters in the misty morning chill. And my soul is getting restless for the place where I belong. I can't wait to join the angels and sing my heaven song.